Here we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Majors Live, episode 296 here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net, also on Mixler, also on Periscope, also on YouTube, also on Facebook Live. So, welcome, everybody, to episode 296. With me tonight, Shawn Bell. Dorf is... I'm assuming has a hangover.
Yeah, and he's putting his family before us for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just very frustrating for us.
I'm assuming Dorf has a hangover tonight, and could not make it because of that. So, anyways, though, we've got a lot to get to tonight for the 296th episode. And Shawn, first, our fan question, like always, and Dorf isn't here tonight to
answer the question right away.
To answer the question before we even get to it, but the question is, and I actually added a third option, Shawn, to the Twitter poll, which is where we post this ad over on our on one of our Twitter pages, at TMSNX Radio. I was going to go ahead and do the entire address, but you know, in the Twitter world, all you need is the at.
Yes.
So it is at TMSNX Radio, and that fan question tonight is I just posted. I meant to do it earlier, but you know, reasons. Who is the face of Major League Baseball? Is it Mike Trout, who seems to have been the face the past, you know, ever since really Derek Jeter retired? Is it Aaron Judge after the season he's been having? Or is it Bryce Harper? Or is it somebody else? That's the question, though, tonight, and we will get to that before we end the show. And just let us know. You can let us know on our Facebook page, on that Twitter post that we have up there. You can vote. Like I said, you can post on Facebook Live here, wherever you're listening to us. If you don't have Twitter, if you don't have Facebook, then, you know, I guess you are out of luck then. Anyways.
2017, get with the program.
Yeah, get with the program. Seriously. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and get right into it tonight. This one struck me. The other day, I was searching through social media, looking at my feed, going onto Twitter, looking at my feed there, because that's, you know, typically what you do with social media. You look at your feed. And this tweet from Ken Rosenthal came across. I don't have it with me, but Shawn, what he said, and Ken Rosenthal is he's one of the guys. He's one of the big guys in baseball, sports media, that people depend on to get a good portion of their information, especially right now, Shawn. Especially right now, because right now we are dealing with the MLB trade deadline, the non-waiver deadline coming up. And Ken Rosenthal is one of those go-to guys that you go and you see and look to when it comes to, okay, what is my team doing? What is my rival doing? What is anybody in Major League Baseball doing right now? Are the Red Sox going to go out and buy? What are the Orioles going to do? Are the Tigers going to do with JD Martinez? Ken Rosenthal is one of those guys that you go to get those answers. And we're a little late to the party on this one in general. However, Ken Rosenthal tweeted the other day that he basically doesn't have a platform to... Well, of course he's going to go and say, okay, the Tigers are trading JD Martinez to the Los Angeles Dodgers for Jack Peterson and somebody else. That didn't really happen, but we can find something like that from Ken Rosenthal on Twitter.
Yes.
But one thing we can't get from Ken Rosenthal on Twitter is a breakdown of the trade, because usually when you see a trade like that happen, there's going to be, you know, JD Martinez going to one team, and then the Tigers getting a load of prospects in return. Not everybody's going to know who those prospects are. And we're going to go and turn to a guy like Ken Rosenthal or whoever, with John Morosi or Buster Olney, whoever. And we're going to see, okay, who are these guys that the Tigers got in return? Who are these guys? Are they going to help out next season? Are they going to help out in 2 seasons? When are they going to be able to help my team? That's not something you could get so much from a Twitter post. You have 140 characters. Okay. Ken Rosenthal made it known that he no longer has a platform to write on. He can't go on to foxsports.com anymore because at the end of June, the heads over at Fox Sports decided it would be a great idea to get rid of all of their written digital content. All of it. Everything, just about. In favor of video only.
Which is dumb in my mind.
That's what they decided to do. So now, one of the most well-known go-to guys when it comes to Major League Baseball news no longer has a platform for himself to write. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up the article right now because this came from Deadspin, and this was last Wednesday. And I love the title, Ken Rosenthal now writing on Facebook because Fox Sports sucks ass. And this comes from Lindsay Adler. And, she just goes down the pipe here. And she writes here, a week and a half ago, Rosenthal tweeted directions to find his video work on foxsports.com. It was apparently buried beneath pounds of shitty Colin Cowherd and Jason Whitlock videos that no one except deranged meatheads wants. So he's still going to be publishing stuff on foxsports.com. However, especially right now, Shawn, like she says, we're going to have to dig through a bunch of video of, I'll slide past Colin Cowherd here because I kind of like Colin Cowherd.
Yeah.
But Jason Whitlock, Skip Bayless.
How are these guys in front of this guy? This guy is like one of the most well-known.
Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, that's the shit that we're going to have to dig through. So instead, Ken Rosenthal tweeted this out on July 12th, which was that Wednesday. As I wait to find a new writing home, hopefully soon, I will post stories on my Facebook page. First story tonight, you guys be my editors. So, and he goes on to say, I'm still working TV for Fox and the MLB Network.
When will Zuckerberg buy him out and have him as a writer for Facebook Sports Now?
But I have to figure that people are going to be lining up to try to get Ken Rosenthal in the fold.
No doubt.
And it's funny because at the end of this article here, that she says, in the meantime, Ken come write for Deadspin, which I doubt he'll do. But Ken Rosenthal again doesn't have a home, and it's not just again. You hearken back to Fox Sports ditching their digital written content for the video stuff, and again, there's a reason behind this because advertisers are going to most of the money they said is going to be in video advertising.
Yes.
Okay, so I get it. I get it.
They got to make money, but this guy, he's so talented when it comes to writing, and with his knowledge of explaining everything. It's to me, it seems like it's basically like how you don't see much libraries anymore, it's slowly dwindling away. Books are going away, but this guy has so much talent when it comes to that, and then trying to go to video. I know obviously he still does some stuff for Fox Video, and especially for example the All-Star Game.
Yeah, he was doing the All-Star Game.
He was at the All-Star Game. So for a guy like you and I, who a normal, typical sports fan who knows what's going on, they're definitely going to be missing a lot of this stuff. But, you get the typical out there, I'm this here, though, get the knowledge really quick. They just want to watch TV. They just want to see that stuff. But that's not... reporting news to us. You know,
the thing is though, Shawn, is that what are we going to? Okay, the video thing is fine. Like I said, I don't have a problem with these outlets going and adopting, you know, a heavy video platform on the website. I don't have a problem with that. You know, we're trying to do more video stuff, as you can see right now with you know, how we're, you know, on Facebook Live, and you know, we're on all these different platforms right now. But that shouldn't be everything, because a guy like Ken Rosenthal, you don't tune into the All-Star game to see him doing interviews on in the dugout or in between innings or anything like that. That's not what you tune in to the All-Star game to see. You know, you might tune into you'll tune into the All-Star game because you want to see the All-Star game. You don't want to see Ken Rosenthal out there talking between innings, talking to you know, Michael Fulmer or Justin Upton or whoever.
Right.
That's not what you tune in for. You go to foxsports.com to read the latest Ken Rosenthal piece on, okay, what are the Red Sox or the Yankees going to be doing come the trade deadline? That's what you go that's what you go to foxsports.com for. I mean, I can't imagine people are going to foxsports.com to go and listen to Jason Whitlock spout off about God knows what, or Skip Bayless say some, you know, the next absurd, asinine thing he has to say next, whether it be the next equivalent to Johnny Manziel being bigger than LeBron James in Cleveland. He said that, people. That's something that Skip Bayless actually said. On top of a bunch of other just totally obscure and just awful things that Bayless has said, which you can go and pinpoint as to why you know, perhaps ESPN decided to let him go. But I digress a little bit here. And again, like I said, that, you know, there is a reason behind this. And this is coming from NBC News. Here's the problem. Online videos currently carry much more lucrative advertising dollars and in turn higher commissions than online articles, which means that many of the people who are hired to sell advertisements are focusing more on selling video ads than on selling digital ads, which means that websites are having a harder time selling digital ads because they are selling more video ads. Okay? Which means that websites are focusing on generating video content that will carry the video ads their advertising employees are selling. Again, I have no problems with video with these websites going and doing more video content. However, there is a place still for a guy like Ken Rosenthal to write and have people read his work, because it is still extremely useful.
Yes.
There's nobody sitting here glossing over Ken Rosenthal for Jason Whitlock to see who Jason Whitlock thinks the Yankees are going to pick up at the deadline, or, you know, if, you know, how many home runs Aaron Judge is going to you know, hit the second half of the season, or anything like that. If the Red Sox are going to do anything, if they're going to be able to get anything in return for Pablo Sandoval after he got DFA'd the other day. Nobody is tuning into Jason Whitlock about that. Nobody is tuning into Skip Bayless about that.
What does Skip Bayless even do anymore?
Well, that's the whole thing that they're trying to do right now, Shawn, is they're trying to do this whole embrace debate thing, which is, again, I don't have a problem with that. Debate is fine. I mean, we've seen what this last political cycle has done in terms of getting ratings when it comes to debate, and some of it mindless sometimes.
Yes.
Which is exactly what Skip Bayless is.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Same with Shannon Sharp. Is anybody really going to not dig through Shannon Sharp sitting there arguing with Skip Bayless about whatever?
Well, obviously you can tell it didn't work out.
That seems like that seems like the worst combination too.
Yes, it was the worst of them all. Of Skip Bayless. Okay, as much as you know and Dorf knows and some other friends, us here in the Metro Detroit area, We have Mickey York on, who does Tigers baseball.
Yeah.
I can't stand Mickey York.
You don't like Mickey York?
I can't stand him. He irritates me so much. And I have the same vibe with Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless, seriously, like, for the past couple years when how his debate show, whatever that he was on, how big it was, and all they kept doing was Skip Bayless, I quit watching ESPN. I couldn't watch all that stuff.
When he was on First Take.
Yes, it was bothering me so much. And, Skip Bayless to me is useless. He's good at arguing.
I don't know if he's good at arguing.
Okay. In my mind, I could say he's good at arguing, but his sports knowledge to me, I think, is useless.
Yeah, it just goes to show with some of the stuff that he said over the years. I like I said, I don't like Skip Bayless. I think he's awful. I think he's a human clickbait machine.
Yep.
And that's all he is. But something else is emerging out of this whole. It seems like a shift in sports media, and that is paid content. We're seeing some places go to paid content sites. Take, for instance, The Athletic. TheAthletic.com, which has started popping up all over cities across the country. I believe there's one in Chicago. There's one in Cleveland. I think there's one in LA. I know there's one here in Detroit. And they are getting some big names. I know the one here in Detroit has Craig Custance. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He is the editor here, and I believe he was formerly at ESPN, did a lot of NHL stuff there, but he is the editor-in-chief here for the Athletic, the Detroit branch. They're also getting some other guys, too. Stuart Mandel, who I believe was with Sports Illustrated, then he went over to Fox before they canned him in favor of all that stupid shit that they're doing right now. And he's now writing for The Athletic. I don't know which city he's writing out of, but he is writing for one of their outlets. And The Athletic has grown quite a bit in the limited time that they've been around, and they're continuing to get these big names. I mean, the rumors continue to fly around out there that they're going to be getting this guy, they're going to be getting that guy, and all of it is based on user subscriptions. I believe it's $5.99 a month, and you can pay like almost $40 for, I don't know if it's the entire year or what, but if it was for the entire year, based on the per month cost, it seems like that'd be a pretty good deal. But something else they're doing, though, and one of the real popular guy here in Detroit when it comes to digging up dirt and kind of, he calls himself the Detroit media flamethrower. That's Jeff Moss. He's been extremely critical, and that's what he does. He's very, very critical of the media here in Detroit, rightfully so. There should be people here holding the media's feet to the fire, the Detroit sports media, that is. He's been very, very critical of The Athletic, and for good cause, too, because you're sitting here paying for this content, Shawn, and the Detroit area Athletic website is going, and they're hiring some guys from some local blogs. One of them, though, is Matthew B. Mowry, who was just let go from the Oakland Press. He was the Tigers beat reporter there. He now joined The Athletic. And they got some people from, I know, like Wing It and Motown, which is the Red Wings' sports blog nation site. But Jeff Moss made a good point, and that point was that these guys are going and hiring people from these other sites that aren't charging a monthly fee. So Matthew B. Maury, 2 weeks ago, You could have logged on to the Oakland Press or went and purchased an Oakland Press newspaper. And again, that's a newspaper here in Detroit. And read the latest Matthew B. Mowry piece for free. Same thing with the writers coming on over from websites like Winging It and Motown. You could read them for free because Sports Blog Nation or SB Nation isn't charging their readers for you to access this content. The Athletic is. Now, I don't know what a lot of these, or if these guys are going to be getting in on passing along content that is worthy of myself or you, Shawn, paying $6 a month for. Now, $6 a month isn't horrible,
Right.
But if I'm paying for something that
You want legit stuff.
I want legit stuff. Now, one of these guys, one of the Red Wings writers, big time analytics guy in the for when it comes to hockey. Something that you don't get too often in the NHL, media market. Not something you get a whole lot. So something like that you might be more prone to paying for just because it's few and far between when you come across that content.
Yes.
But some of this other stuff, like the Matthew B. Mowry stuff, am I actually is his write-ups actually worth the $6?
No.
Or is it worth the 75 cents to $1 that I would have to pay to go and purchase the newspaper, or me logging on to the Oakland Press website for free? Now, I know he's not there anymore, but when it comes to Matthew B. Mowry, his insight, and no offense or anything like that, but he was a beat reporter.
Yes.
It's not like this is a guy like John U. Bacon or anything like that
who does this as a living, and then it's like their heart and soul of this.
They all do it for a living, but it's not like. But John U. Bacon is a New York Times best-selling author.
Well, you can tell the difference between the ones who, like I said, like you said, that who do it for a living, but you can tell the people who actually they motivate themselves to do the writing to make it sound good, and you can tell there's guys out there just do it just to get paid.
Well, it's like yeah. I kind of see. I can kind of see what you're getting at here. It's just like I said. If I'm going to go and pay for content, that content has to be pretty exclusive.
Yes.
It can't be a game recap. It can't be something that I could find at some other free website out there, and that's something else that Moss highlighted, in that a lot of the stuff that they're passing along to us on The Athletic is content that we can go and get from another site that's free. It's just recycled news where they slap their opinion on at the end, and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hell, we do that at the majors all the time. Right. But we're not sitting there charging people for content or anything like that. But if you want to go and give us some money, you go to the patreon.com/themajors, or head on over to our Facebook page. Our email address for that is email@themajors.net. So, anyways, go ahead, Shawn.
I was just laughing. No, I was laughing at you how you led yourself so smoothly right into that. I like that a lot.
Well, you gotta have your transitions there, but I don't know. And then you have to ask yourself too, when it comes to all of this, is there even a place for subscription content when it comes to website stuff? Now, I go and I pay a subscription to Sirius Satellite Radio. I do that because I for one, am a big Howard Stern fan. I love Howard Stern.
And when he means big, he loves him.
I love Howard Stern. My wife and I are huge Howard Stern fans. I listen to him every day. I listen to all the old stuff. I love Howard Stern. But that's Howard Stern. He is the king of all media. He's a legend. He's a guy that is going and worth forking over that kind of money for, because his stuff is pretty exclusive too.
Right.
Howard Stern has molded himself into one of the best interviewers of all time. He may be the best interviewer of all time. His
Does he still have his TV show going or no?
No, they're not doing. They're not doing a TV show anymore. Apparently, the rumor is they are going to do TV again at some point. But he hasn't had the TV show in quite some time.
Right, I know it's been a while. I couldn't remember.
You're probably thinking of the E one too. The ETV, the Shawn ETV.
No, I thought it wasn't that on HBO for a while?
No, I don't think so. No, he never had a show on HBO.
Maybe I am thinking of the E one. It's been a while since I've seen it. So
yeah, but again, Howard Stern is content worth paying for. Then obviously they have a whole bunch of other stuff on Sirius satellite radio. You know, whether it's there's a shit ton of music stations. You know, they have all the news stations and everything like that. It's like it's cable for your car. That's what it is. But again, though, I want to know when it comes to information that I get off of the internet. If I want to go and log in and find out the latest stuff about the Detroit Tigers, is there a place for it at a website like The Athletic, especially in today's day and age when social media is so prevalent in our lives? I can go and get the same thing, it seems like, from just about any other website out there, plus social media. The breaking news, where am I going to find that? Probably not from The Athletic.
No.
Or the Boston Globe, who, when I was going in getting things together for tonight, I noticed they have a paid subscription now on their website. Again, I'm not going to go and pay for the Boston Globe.
Yeah.
Just because I don't live in Boston. But if I was living in Boston, maybe I might pay for the Boston Globe. Probably not, though. But I just don't know. I don't think that there's a place for paid subscription type of stuff when it comes to sports in today's day and age when like I said, social media is so prevalent and other websites out there. I mean,
there's just so many of them out there.
There's
that
exactly.
It would be to find a legit site. Like you could tell obviously how much ESPN is downgraded. You know, it's not the same.
They've had their cutbacks and everything.
Know, they're not the same like what they for the go-to site that they used to be. Now that you see, there's so many. I guess you could say off branches of just that individual sport and that team. It's so hard for competition for them. Like how are they going to keep up with it when they have so much competition now?
Well, Shawn, I want to ask you: are you going to be a guy? Would you pay for any type of web content when it comes to sports?
Yes, I would.
And what would be the basis of you paying for it?
Like what I'm mostly into, or what do you mean?
Yeah, like what would be the hook? Like what would you pay for if you're visiting a sports website? What would be one of the things that you would pay for?
Information about certain players, to their statistics, to their background knowledge of that sport.
Okay.
Just going into details. I'm very obviously into detail for example, baseball. I love baseball. I live and breathe baseball. So I want to know pretty much almost everything about that player so that I can decide whether I'm like, oh, this guy's actually pretty good. Maybe I like him. Maybe I don't. I'm like.
So if, say, Baseball Reference went to a paid subscription, in order to access any of that information, any statistics, any, because what you basically did was you described Baseball Reference.
Pretty much, yeah.
If baseballreference.com went to a $5 a month subscription to access all the content, that's something that you would pay for.
Yes.
Okay. That is something that is doable. It's doable because baseballreference.com is pretty exclusive.
Yes.
There's baseballreference.com, and then there's Fangraphs. Those are the two sites out there where you're going to get the most in-depth baseball statistics they have out there. Yet neither one is a paid subscription service.
Right. So why would we pay for anything else that is going to charge you, say, like $5 to $10 a month or whatever.
I can't pay for something like that yet. Now, one thing I did pay for, Shawn, is when ESPN Magazine came out, I got a subscription for some reason, and I got free access to their ESPN Insider stuff.
Mm-hmm. I did the same thing back in the day.
Yeah, there's a bunch of rumors and stuff like that, and that's something that I like. I mean, I think it was, I can't remember, like $8 a month or something like that. But
yeah, it wasn't crazy.
Yeah, I ended up getting rid of it. But again, it's something that was interesting because it was a bunch of, sports rumors, and shit like that is fun.
No, it's very fun.
Yeah, and I paid for it for a little while, and I had my fill of it, and then that was it. I can't go and pay for content, though. I cannot go and pay for the next Matthew B. Maury article out there, and I'm sorry to say that because I'm sure he's a good guy. It sucks that he got laid off. Good though that he found another job.
Yes,
another place to pick up on. So, but again, I can't sit here and justify myself paying for that type of content. Or Katie Strang, who was a former beat writer for the Detroit Tigers with ESPN.com. She's writing for The Athletic now, and again, I can't go out and justify paying for content, especially when it was a beat writer that was that is doing the writing. I just can't do it. Anyways, so Shawn,
Adam,
anything else?
No,
nothing else on.
No. Pretty much expressed everything that I thought about it.
Okay. But let's go ahead and get to Bitches and Badasses this week. Shawn, are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Who is your... See this? Why did this pick up on my new... Oh, well, anyways, I know it. Go ahead, Shawn. Who's your badass this week?
My badass... Did you watch the ESPYs at all?
I did not. No.
I watched some of it. I'm glad I caught the part that I did. I watched Peyton Manning a little bit on there, and
I heard he was good.
I loved it. Good. I was laughing so hard, and especially when he started making fun of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, what do you say?
I thought that was hilarious. Going back to the whole gymnastic situation back then, that just happened. He was like, he basically said that he goes, Kevin Durant was even thinking about joining that team next year to help them out. And the look on Kevin Durant's face, like everybody's laughing, and Kevin Durant's face is like,
I wasn't feeling it.
He was not feeling it. And I loved how Peyton Manning made fun of himself. The part when he started making fun of him about Serena Williams coming out with her baby and stuff like that at the U.S. Open. And he's like, that's not really much different from back when the Denver Broncos carried me to the Super Bowl. And I was like, oh, man, I'm like, he's getting everybody, even himself, Like, I thought that was just awesome and stuff, making fun of him, especially the whole Kevin Durant thing. I just loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, that's good. I did see that Kevin Durant wasn't too happy. It seemed like
it was awesome
from his face.
And another thing too, real quick, I don't know, it was the whole ESPY thing. Did you notice that Kevin Durant just wearing a normal just T-shirt? Wouldn't you expect to kind of be dressed up a little bit or anything like that? He just showed up just like the ESPYs.
Yeah,
he was just wearing a T-shirt. He just.
I did see that.
Wouldn't you think you just dress up a little bit?
I mean, again, it's an award show. I mean, I probably would have dressed up a little bit, wore a tux or something like that. Not go in a t-shirt and some shorts. But anyways, that's Kevin Durant for you.
Yes.
My badass this week is Roger Federer. Won the Wimbledon today, beating Marin Cilic in straight sets. Becomes the first men's player since Bjorn Borg to actually win Wimbledon without dropping any sets. This is Roger Federer's, I believe, 8th Wimbledon title and his 19th major, which is just... He's the best of all time. I mean, when you think in terms of the greatest athletes in each sport, obviously in boxing we talked about this before. You might Muhammad Ali, basketball it could be Michael Jordan if you're still on Team Jordan, that whole Jordan LeBron debate. Hockey, maybe you're a Wayne Gretzky guy. In tennis, men's tennis, it's Roger Federer.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
there's
for sure.
there's nobody that can hold a candle to him anymore. And the thing is, he's 35 years old. I don't think many people out there fully realize, Shawn, if you're 35 in tennis, 35 in any sport, you are pretty much past your prime.
Yes.
You're past your prime.
You're at the end of it.
Yeah, you're getting towards the end of it. In tennis, if you're in your late 20s, you're almost past your prime. I mean, you're on the downside of your career in tennis when you're in your late 20s. Roger Federer is 35 years old, beat this guy in straight sets, dominated him. Doesn't look like he's slowing down in the least bit. And tennis isn't a sport to scoff at or anything like that.
It's harder than you think.
No.
Especially when you're like, you're not playing on like a turf or anything. It's kind of like a gravel kind of thing.
Well,
like
I mean,
like how the way, like, and the angles you got to hit the, your tennis racket.
Well, Wimbledon it's grass. It's a grass court. But you bring up a good point, because almost every single tournament they go to, the surface is different. Obviously, the French Open, they have the clay. I think the Australian Open, they have it's the hard court. Yeah. And I think the U.S. Open is like that as well. And then Wimbledon, they have the grass. Each of these surfaces are different, and certain players are better at in these different surfaces. Like I think Rafael Nadal is really, really good on clay. So the French Open, I believe he's really, really good at. That's one of his tournaments just because of the surface. And again, I may be wrong. I'm not the
right.
I'm not a big tennis expert, but just putting all of that in perspective, putting Federer's age at 35 and doing what he's still doing right now. I mean, he's going to be 36 years old before the year is over. And it is really quite remarkable what he's been able to do.
Oh, no doubt. It's impressive. Absolutely. So impressive.
And I'll go ahead and throw out an honorable mention to Venus Williams, who actually got her ass kicked yesterday to a 23-year-old in the Wimbledon women's final. I think she was 14 years older than the girl that she lost to, and she looked good up until that final, the final match. Venus Williams, that is, but I have to imagine this is probably going to be it for Venus Williams. She doesn't have anything else to prove. Kind of had a tough past few weeks too, considering there was that accident where that she was in, where this elderly man that was in the other car ended up dying, and police reviewed the video and they determined that she wasn't at fault here, and just craziness, and she had an illness and injuries and everything that she was dealing with. So, anyways, moving right along though, Shawn, to our bitches. So get the Benny Hill music. There we go. Shawn, you have a bitch this week.
Mine, I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Angels. How bad of a team can you create around Mike Trout? Seriously. It is just god-awful. And they say they're supposed to be in some type of rebuild mode or whatever, which it's understandable. You have Houston Street, your normal closers on the DL. Garrett Richards on the DL. Mike Trout just came back from the DL, but he's still amazing. You DFA Danny Espinosa to replace him with Cliff Pennington. I don't know how much difference there is. You have Luis Valbuena as your starting first baseman. CJ Cron is basically the next Jared Saltalamacchia, who's a bust, just awful. Albert Pujols is a corpse. I'm like, what are you doing this? Mike Trout only has 3 more years left on his contract. Yeah, he ain't going to be staying around here. There's no doubt about it. He's gone. So wouldn't you kind of think of sending him out, try to trade him, get prospects, get something for him? Let's just keep bringing all these awful people in and just ruining a guy who basically is the face of almost all sports since he's been 19, since he came in, and you're ruining it, I think.
The thing is this is something that Dorf and I talked about before, is the prospects of trading Mike Trout. And you see it with a lot of teams, whether it's the Tigers or, maybe the Nationals with Bryce Harper or, the Marlins with Giancarlo Stanton. When you get those face of the franchise type of guys, if you trade them, it's almost general manager suicide.
No, it is.
And the thing with Mike Trout is he's still so young.
I know, he's only 25.
He's still very, very young. They could still build around him, and I see what you're getting at. I mean, he's a free agent in
2021.
2021. So who knows what's going to happen?
Right.
3 years. He's going to be 28 years old. He's going to be getting a huge contract. The Angels very well could be in the place to do that. I mean, we've seen the money that they've thrown around, whether it's Josh Hamilton or Pujols or the prospects that they gave up for a guy like Houston Street, which their farm system is dog shit.
I know it's
and that's one of the problems that you run into when you're a team that deals prospects willy nilly, and it ends up catching up to you in the very, very end. I mean, they're lucky to have a guy like Mike Trout.
Yes.
And we're seeing the same thing here in Detroit, Shawn, when it comes to kind of glossing over the real needs of a certain team in Detroit. It's the bullpen has been glossed over for several seasons on end. In Los Angeles, the pitching staff has been glossed over for years on end.
Right now, you have Ricky Nolasco as your ace.
I mean, you have Ricky. Yes, exactly. I mean, they've gotten lucky with a guy like Matt Shoemaker.
Yes,
it seems like. I mean, Garrett Richards seems like it was. My God, what's even going on with Garrett Richards?
He actually just was cleared yesterday to start throwing.
Okay, so
he's on his verge of coming back. Maybe we'll see how rehab goes.
Well, he's been a walking injury. Ever since his career started.
Yes.
I mean, Jared Weaver was good for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And you just go down the list here. It's just it's amazing that you have a team like the Los Angeles Angels who have been decent for a long time, yet they cannot go out. And this goes for a lot of different teams.
Yeah.
Our teams here included.
Yeah.
They can't go and they can't address these very real needs, and they're going. And they could very well waste Mike Trout's time there in LA, and that's going to be a travesty because Mike Trout is one of the best players, if not the best player in baseball right now. It
sucks to see that,
If you're an Angels fan, absolutely.
It doesn't. To me, it doesn't even matter if you're an Angels fan to a Yankees fan or whatever. It doesn't matter if it's your team that you like to watch. It sucks to see those players that are gonna basically be in the Hall of Fame that are not doing it.
Yeah, it's just not happening. Not happening. I don't know though. I mean, back to your original thought of trading them. I don't think the Angels should trade him because, I mean, relatively speaking, he's still cheap.
Oh no, duh, yeah. Well, like this year, let me pull it up real quick. This year he's making $20 million. Now the next 3 seasons before he's a free agent, he's gonna make $34 million each year. So for a guy his talent, that's cheap right there.
I mean, it's not cheap, but it is cheap. I guess. And it comes to Mike Trout, but. Man, I see what you're saying. I wouldn't trade a guy like Mike Trout just because he's still very young. You have him controlled here for the next 3 seasons. I mean, the Angels are going to have to throw around more money if they're going to get other guys to come. I mean, Southern California though. I mean, Southern California is still Southern California. It's a nice place. I mean, I know Dorf has always wanted to bring up the taxes. I know taxes are really high there.
Yes. It's a little expensive to live there.
It is expensive to live there. So, they may have to dish out more money than usual to go and acquire some guys. So, who knows? My bitch this week is people looking for somebody to root for when it comes to Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, because both of these guys, I don't want to bitch boxing fans, but if you're looking for somebody, if you're looking for a good guy in this fight, there isn't one.
No.
I mean, Conor McGregor is a dirtbag. Floyd Mayweather is a dirtbag. There's no good guys in between in this fight to root for. So people looking for somebody to root for in this fight, there is nobody.
To be honest, like, you know, what we talked about previous shows and how boxing is dying.
Yeah.
You know, it's a dying sport, dying breed. I think this is it. To be honest, with this fight coming up, I think it's killing it. It completely just killed it. Because this is just a joke. It's like, has boxing become this bad to where you have to have this?
It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick fight.
I think this is where it has pushed the knife completely through, and boxing is done after this. I really do think so.
It could be. I mean, I think that was one of the points that we talked about a few weeks ago when we were talking to, you know, in the aftermath of that Manny Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
But it very well could be, Shawn. Boxing hasn't been in a good place for quite a while now, and you're right. It may be. This may push the knife through. Because I think, and they're just, and again, they should. It's a big fight. It's, you know, it should be promoted, but they are, this tour that they went on. I mean, the first or second stop is fine, but when it kind of got out of hand and it got annoying, and I don't know. It just, both of these guys have shown how big of a fucking dirtbag they can be, and personally, I mean, I may watch it. I'm not sure yet. Probably not, actually. Just because of the price tag on it.
I don't even know when is it. When is
late August? I want to say like August 26th, I think.
Okay.
So it's coming out.
So it's like is it Thursday night or something like that?
No, I have to imagine that it's going to be a Saturday night. I have to imagine. Go look at a Saturday in late August.
I'm gonna Google all the information right now.
And that's probably I have to imagine that's when it is. August 26th. I think that's when it is because that's a Saturday.
Okay.
I think that's the last Saturday in August. But yeah, I mean, I really couldn't care less who wins that fight. I mean, like I said, they're both assholes. They're not very good people. I mean, Conor McGregor is a
oh gosh,
I mean he's a documented racist. And,
for sure, no doubt about it.
And Floyd Mayweather is a misogynist and a woman beater. Both these guys are scum of the earth. Even when he was fighting Manny Pacquiao, I mean, Manny Pacquiao was a fucking homophobe. So and in my eyes, there wasn't anybody to root for in that fight as well. And I hated defending Manny Pacquiao a few weeks ago during that what's his face against the Jeff Horn fight.
Yes.
But anyways, as we're moving along here, we kind of running out of time. Major Live Crystal Ball, Shawn. Real quick, we'll fire this off lightning round. We'll see where we are next week. Carmello Anthony will get dealt this week to the Houston Rockets. Do you foresee something like that happening?
No.
No?
No. I don't think the Rockets are that dumb.
You don't?
Yes. I don't think they're going to be that dumb.
So you think everything that they're saying right now is just all talk?
Yes.
They're not going to go out and get Carmello Anthony?
I think it's going to be them just basically starting stuff so they can have people distracted so they can go out and do what they want to do. Okay. Gotta do what you want. I'm going to say no, it's not going to happen this week either. Just because there's still so much time to get this deal done. I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen though, before the start of the season. In fact, I somewhat expect something like this to happen, but I don't think it'll happen this week. Next up, the Yankees will be in second place by the end of this week. They won today. They had a little bit of a slide there heading into the break. They lost coming out of the break. They already won today. They won yesterday, and they're going for the doubleheader sweep tonight with David Price on the mound for the Red Sox. And then I think it's Tanaka for the...
Is it Tanaka for the Yankees?
Yes.
So right now, as it stands, the Yankees are... Come on. They are 2.5... Oh, wait. You know what? They're tied right now with Tampa Bay Rays. Okay, so I'll change that up. Will they still be in second place by the end of the week, or will they be in first place by the end of the week?
See, I got to see who Tampa plays this week, and see how that goes.
Okay, Tampa this week. When's the end of the week?
Okay,
I got it.
Second.
I got it. They're at Oakland starting tomorrow for a 3-game set, and then they come home and play Texas, who isn't playing well either.
Right.
The Yankees obviously finish up with Boston tonight. And let's see here. We got Boston tonight. They're on the road for the rest of the week. So they're in the middle of a big time road trip here. They go to Minnesota for the start of this week coming up, and then they heading out to Seattle for a weekend 4-game set against the Mariners. And then the Red Sox obviously play the Yankees tonight, and after tonight, they welcome in Toronto for a 4-game set. Then they go out west for a weekend series against the Angels.
Yeah, the Yankees will be in third place, I say.
Third place.
Yes, third place by the end of this week because of the schedule.
I'm going to say
they're going to be only like 1 game behind third place from second place, but they will be in third place.
So let's see. Tampa Bay, yeah, I think they do have the easiest.
Yeah, they have the Oakland and
Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially with you said the Yankees are going on a road trip, so that's going to be even harder for them.
Shit. Tampa Bay could be a game or so out of first place here pretty soon. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Yankees. I'm going to go with the Yankees in third.
But only by 1 game, I'm saying.
I'm going to go with Boston.
I need to write this down. Where's the notepad at? Just give me that. I'll write on that.
Yeah, just right in the back. Yeah. There we go.
I need a pen, too.
Let's see here.
I got one right here.
I got one?
Yep.
Let's see. I'm going with... Just right on the back of something. There you go.
All right.
I'm going with the Red Sox, Rays, Yankees. And I'm talking about a separation of a game and a half between each of them.
Okay. So Yankees will be a game. The Rays will be a half game behind.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I was like. Pretty close to what I'd say.
Okay.
But I think I think that the Yankees are going to be 2 games behind, and then the Rays are going to be 1 game behind, and then Red Sox are in first.
Okay. All right. Next up, John Elway will be the highest paid NFL executive by the end of the week. Rumor is that the Broncos are going to offer Elway a 5-year contract, making him the highest paid NFL executive in the league. Do you think this happens when we're sitting here this time next Sunday?
No.
No?
No.
I say it does happen. I think John Elway becomes the highest paid executive. I don't know if he deserves it, but he did bring him in a Super Bowl, so I guess he probably does. But I will say, yes, John Elway will be the highest paid NFL executive by this time next week. Finally, JD Martinez will be traded by the end of the week.
Now, when is the trade deadline? The
31st.
The 31st? No.
No?
No. What we discussed beforehand, how I see it, the Tigers are going to go on some little tiny, stupid win streak, and they're going to be like 3 games out of first place in the division, but like 4 games out of the second wild card. They're going to stand back. They might get, like you said, maybe a reliever to help or whatever, and then they're going to not do anything at the trade deadline, and then guess what? Boom, they're going to tank. I see that happening right now.
I'm not going to say they're going to trade him by this week either. If anything, it's going to be the following week, heading into the last days of the MLB non-waiver deadline. So, anyways, that's it. We'll go ahead and take a look at these next week. Stupid shit of the week this week. Shawn, I know this one we hold close to our hearts, but
we do.
The Mets say they're not going to be calling up Tim Tebow before the season is over. And to me,
this is for you, Dorf. This is for you.
I mean, right now, where are we at right now? Oh, Martin Lando died.
I don't know. That sucks.
Anyways, sorry.
Sidetracked a little bit.
The Mets right now. Bring up the standings here. If you have them up already, Shawn, go ahead.
No, I don't.
Right now, the Mets are 13 games back of the Nationals in the NL East, and they are. Hold on. Sorry, my wireless right now sucks. Right now, they are 9.5 back of the NL wild card. So New York is out of it.
Yeah, there's no way.
I don't understand why they wouldn't bring up Tim Tebow.
Uh-huh.
To me, it seems like, I mean, if you're going to bring any excitement to a late season Mets year,
yeah,
you have Tim Tebow in your back pocket, who is. No, I'm not saying that he's going to come up to the major leagues and do what he's doing. I don't expect him to do something like that.
I have his stats up since he's been called up to the St. Lucie Mets high A ball right now.
Yeah.
In 16 games since he's been called up, he has 3 home runs, which one of the home runs was a game-winning home run.
The other day, yep.
10 RBIs, batting average of 327, and his OPS is 972.
Look, I want them to call up Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
I want them to.
Yes.
Just because I want to see the show with it. You know what? We're going to be talking about we're going to be kind of piggybacking off of what we talked about last week during the Sandlot report, which is we're going to be taping it next, and we're going to release it probably tomorrow or Tuesday. But this is one of the problems with baseball when it comes to teams not embracing the fun of the game here. And you have a guy like Tim Tebow who is... It's fun to watch him. It's fun to watch this whole thing unfold, before us.
Yes.
Because everybody was sitting there saying that Tim Tebow, we know he's taking a spot from somebody. He's going to go in there. He's going to be awful. Well, you know what? Tim Tebow hasn't been awful.
No, he's been pretty damn
He's been pretty good. And yes, it's against... But this is the other thing, though, too, here, Shawn, is it's always been, he's going to suck. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's not going to be able to do anything against low-A guys. Okay, well, he did something against low-A guys. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's not going to be able to do anything in spring training. Yeah, well, okay, he didn't do much in spring training. And then it turned out he's not going to be able to do anything against low-A guys. Well, you know what? The Mets saw something, kept him around, and... he ended up doing something against low-A guys. Got promoted to high A. Mm-hmm. Now he's doing something against high A guys. I mean, can we at least see some more progression here to him going to double A, triple A? And then what the hell? If you're the Mets and you are and you continue to be 13 games out, 9 games out of the NL wild card. We're in September here. What is the point of not calling him up?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you call him up?
Mm-hmm.
What, are we going to ruin Tim Tebow? The guy's in his late 20s?
He's 29.
He's 29 years old.
Yes.
You're not ruining Tim Tebow, people. This isn't a 19-year-old who's going to be coming up earlier than he should.
Right.
This is Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow has been in situations before that have been far, far more intense than getting a call up to the New York Mets late season when they're out of it.
Example, his winning streak in the playoffs of the NFL.
Yeah, he played an NFL playoff game and won.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't know how much credit you want to give him for that. I mean, he did throw the game-winning pass at the end. But,
hey, and you look at it, too. Isn't he the all-time leading touchdown scorer for the Florida Gators, too?
Again, the Florida Gators, they're not a
and the thing
it's not like they're a Division II team.
And he has, 2 Heisman trophies?
Does he have 2 Heisman
I think he does.
I don't know if he has 2 Heisman
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I'm interested. But to me, it's just what the hell? I mean, it's a good business move. It's a good business move because you're going to have all the hype surrounding it. It's not like it's going to be a distraction or anything like that because you're out of it anyway. Mm-hmm. You're not winning anything. You're not going to the playoffs. Just do it. Mm-hmm. Who cares? Let's have some fun with this. It was Manny Machado said that baseball is boring to watch. Tim Tebow would at least put a little bit of flair into it so people could have fun. Is that what you're doing anyway at the end of the season? Maybe having a little bit of fun to salvage what you can out of a shit year?
Yes. Okay, he has 1 trophy, but it's been nominated 3 times.
Okay, there you go.
So.
Anyways, Shawn, I just think it's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. They have to call him up.
It's just stupid. To me, you're wasting an opportunity here to put fans in the seats.
Yes.
And what happens this offseason? What if he goes and he's probably going to play in the Arizona Fall League, right?
Mm-hmm. And what if he tears it up?
Well, what if he tears it up, or what if he falls flat on his face?
Yeah. Guess what? Your opportunity is gone.
And you release him.
Your opportunity is long gone.
And I mean, couldn't you have that? Couldn't you have him fall flat on his face up at the major league level? Just so it's another story.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, it's a huge business move. And just imagine how much money the Mets would make.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to be hurting his feelings too if something doesn't go right.
No,
this guy's been cut from how many NFL teams?
Yes. There was Denver to New England to...
Did he play for the Steelers at one point, too? Oh, wait, no. He played for the Eagles.
The Eagles.
Patriots. Jets.
Yeah,
I think that's
4 teams. And then the Broncos.
Yeah, I played for the Broncos, too, obviously. But anyway, so our fan question this week... Shawn, who's the face of the MLB? We had Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, or somebody else. Like I said, voting just started before the show went on tonight. Who do you think is leading?
Right now, I really think they're going to say Aaron Judge, but that's only because Mike Trout has been on the DL. But now that Mike Trout's back, Aaron Judge is going to fall back in the shadows.
Aaron Judge is leading right now, 50% of the vote. Mike Trout in second with 38%. Mm-hmm. Someone else with 12%. Bryce Harper with 0%.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't disagree with what's going on with that voting thing now because of how Mike Trout's been on the DL, but just imagine if Mike Trout never went on the DL and the way he was having it at the beginning, he got injured. He was having, I think, the best season of his career going in, 16 home runs, 30-something RBIs, and batting like 320-something, I think. And that was only in, how many games? Like, he was having, to my mind, the best season so far, and then he gets hurt. And if he would have never done that, Aaron Judge would be in, I guarantee, in the background still. Obviously, there'll still be talks about him and stuff, but Mike Trout would be everywhere again still. In which I guarantee he's going to be bringing that back.
Okay. All right. You know what? I think Aaron Judge is going to end up being the face if he continues,
Oh, no doubt about it. He's having an amazing year.
Well, he's having an amazing year on top of... Well, you got to add in the other variables here, too. He plays for the Yankees.
Yes.
If he continues at the pace that he's doing, well, let's be honest here. He's not going to be able to continue at the pace that he's playing right now, just because he's putting up in some sense video game numbers.
Yes.
But if he still continues to be very, very good, and he becomes the face of the Yankees, if you're the face of the Yankees, then you're the face of Major League Baseball.
Yes, for sure, no doubt.
I guess people have a hard time latching on to a guy playing out on the West Coast. And Mike Trout is a great player. Like I said, he may be the best in baseball. But Aaron Judge, because he plays for the Yankees and because he's going to get that recognition because of where he plays, then he's going to automatically be, bringing propelled to the top of that list.
Well, you got to look at it, too.
And I'm not even sure Mike Trout wants to be the face of baseball.
You look at it, too, you know, Judge and Trout are both 25. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously Mike Trout's had a earlier start than him.
Earlier start.
And proved it to me.
Yep.
And Judge...
He's had much more consistent success.
Yes. Here, I'll bring up Judge's minor leagues. I haven't really looked at them, so I don't know. You know how some people obviously have horrible minor league stats, but they do amazing in the majors. They have some amazing, you know, stats. Like, for example, we could talk about C.J. Cron and Jared Saltalamacchia. Amazing in the minors. But then they come up to the pros and just awful. My computer's freezing up. Of course, when I want to do this, it's freezing up. Yes, I want to recover the page. Let's go. But no, I'm like, going back at that, you know, Aaron Judge, you know, no doubt about it. Like you said, too, he's having a phenomenal first half of the season. But the thing is, this is the first that we've actually seen him. And, you know, obviously look at the people that are surrounding him in this lineup is, I would say, pretty darn good. All right, this is his minor leagues. In 2014, his first season at low A and high A ball, he batted .308, 17 home runs, 78 RBIs.
Good.
Pretty good. Then 2015, he played for Double A and Triple A, batted .255, 20 home runs, 72 RBIs. Still pretty good.
Yep.
2016 he played at AAA and the MLB. So in the MLB, his rookie season, he batted 179, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs.
Okay.
And then when he was at AAA last year, he batted 270, 19 home runs, 65 RBIs. Okay. I'd say that's pretty solid minor league. So I can't disagree or anything, but I still think Mike Trout's going to take over.
Well, you gotta pay attention to see what happens in the second half because
exactly.
I see it all the time too.
Yes, people
watch the tape, they begin to develop a game plan against you,
and they figure out how to pitch against this guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, if he's able to still do what he's doing against against second half pitching, then man, he's going to be something special. Yes. And I hope he does because we
possibly could see our first 60 home run hitter in the past 5 years.
And he's a rookie too.
Yeah, it was the last one, wasn't it? The closest one was Chris Davis, and then he hit 50 something.
I can't remember.
It was like a few years back, but yeah.
Anyways, though, moving right along here, the Home Run Derby drew more viewers in the NBA All-Star Game and NFL Pro Bowl. That came via Barstool Sports, and we're doing the TMSNX Extra News right now. Good news, though, for baseball.
Yes.
I think the Home Run Derby, too, has gotten a lot better.
Yes, since they changed over
to the timer, and it's a lot better. Mm-hmm. It's a lot better. There's much more intrigue. There's much more excitement, and they got rid of Chris Berman too.
Yes.
According to the Big Lead, Johnny Manziel has talked to NFL teams about making a comeback. I don't know which teams out there are going to be taking a chance on a guy who simply can't get his partying down. He can't get his partying ways, harnessed. Johnny Manziel is just bad news. I can't imagine that we'll ever see him step foot on an NFL football field again. Mm-hmm. Corey Latimer issues a statement on the strip club fight. Says he's given his life to Jesus. And you can go and take a look at this over at Larry Brown Sports of him getting pepper sprayed by a bouncer after he slapped him in the face outside of this strip club. And then someone managed to get backstage at the Mayweather-McGregor press tour in London using fake credentials that they printed off their computer, laminated, and walked through the front door with. This came via Uprocks. But yeah, Shawn, maybe that's our key to getting credentialed is just
make fake ones.
Make fake ones. Walk through the front door and be like, "Hey, there we go, man. This is here's what we have here. These are, you guys were expecting us. I can't believe that though.
Yeah, I don't even know how. I want to know. Like, they had to have like some type of insight on what these passes look like.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure they did. And it's funny. It's funny because I saw a picture too. I think you go to uprox.com and take a look at it. But I saw a picture and they looked really good.
Did they?
Yeah, absolutely. They looked totally legit and yeah, I mean, I could see why they were able to get in, but I mean, something like this, especially too in London. I mean, they've had so many problems with those terrorist attacks and everything there. I'm surprised the the security at some of these things isn't a little bit more tight. Because I'm sure there was a shit ton of people at this event,
for sure.
and you have to assume that.
No doubt about it. I bet it was. There's not like at least hundreds of thousands of people probably showed up for this thing.
I mean, a lot of people here for this. I mean, this is a huge event. I mean, no matter what you may think of these two guys in general. It's a big time event, and I don't know. That press tour is over now, so I can't imagine them.
Yeah.
Anything else happening from that, but I'm going to assume though that once the actual fight comes around, that security would probably be a little tighter than what it is. So
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, though, Shawn, anything else for tonight?
No.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week. Catch us again, though, next week. Same time, same place. 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time right here on themajors.net. Catch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Mixler, Periscope.
And give us your money.
Yeah, give us your money. Patreon.com/themajors. Head on over there. Make a generous donation, or on our PayPal site. Our email for that is email@themajors.net. Helps upgrade some equipment here and keep on going and keep on helping us do what we do. So anyways, though, for Shawn, Dorf recovering at home, I'm Adam saying bye for now, everybody.